What's up, guys? It's Vital here, finally bringing you another Call of Duty commentary and just a Call of Duty video in general, because I have not posted that much in the past month or two because I have been waiting for this game. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is finally out, and today I have some gameplay with the SN6 submachine gun. I switch up in the middle of the game to the BAL 27 because I wasn't doing as well, but I picked it up with the BAL. I was playing a lot of the objective in Hardpoint, but I'm gonna give some thoughts on this game, and I'm gonna give some things that I like and some things that I don't like as much. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I'm gonna start with the good things that I think are really good for the series. And the first thing I think is really good is the movement. A lot of people were skeptical at first on how the movement was gonna work and how it was gonna change the game, and it definitely changes the game. But it still feels like Call of Duty, just with some double jumping and some awesome boosting around, and it's pretty great. It's different, and that's why people were a little bit skeptical, because they didn't know how it would work if it was different. But it's a good different. It works very well. It's really smooth control, easy to control. It's all with the left stick and the A button pretty much, and it makes for better map design as well, because there's a lot of new elements, like you can get on roofs on this game and stuff like that, and it just makes it a lot of fun. It makes it really fast-paced, so you have to be good at the game, and that's gonna help for the esports side of things, because if you can't control the movement, especially in competitive, then you're gonna be a detriment, and you gotta learn how to adapt. And that's pretty much why Ghost, it was so easy for some players who weren't necessarily amazing players to make their mark on Ghost in competitive, because it was just pre-aiming with a vector, and then when you find someone, shoot, because you're already aiming down sights, walking around corners, and that made anyone good. Like, anyone could do that, but not everyone can control this movement the way that you want to, and I haven't even mastered it. Obviously, I've only had the game for one day, because I actually had it yesterday for day 0, but I'm posting it today on Tuesday. I need to keep working on it, because it's going to be hard to get used to, but I got to get used to it if I want to do well in competitive, because I am going to be playing. And that's another thing, update if you care, I don't really know. But I will be trying to get a team together as soon as esports rules are released. Me and my friend Skylar, or Icons, we're going to be playing a lot, so you can expect a lot of search and destroy game battles, maybe some tournament gameplay, because we are going to be trying to go to tournaments, and a lot of different esports stuff. So hope you guys are excited for that. Another really good thing is that they nerfed the submachine guns, and it kind of sounds bad when I say it like that, but hear me out. In Ghost, the Vector, the submachine gun, was buffed after about 5-6 months of the game's release, and it was basically an assault rifle, and that sucked. You couldn't use, there was no other gun being used besides maybe a Remington on Octane, but even then you could outgun people with a submachine gun. So people are kind of mad about it, but the reality is, this is what an SMG is supposed to be like. An SMG is situational. It's supposed to be close range. You can't map people like you could in Ghost. It's not supposed to be like that, and that's what a lot of people are complaining about. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means people are gonna actually have to have skill and know when to use the SMG and when not to. It's gonna be an AR heavy game, especially for the esports side, which is a good thing. And you know, it's just it balances it out more, but there's something that kind of unbalances it, and I'll talk about that then when I get to the bad side. And the last good thing I'm going to talk about is the maps. Most of the maps are really good, just to have fun in, even just for pubs. I don't really know what they're going to be like for competitive yet, because there's no rule sets, but there's a lot of maps that have potential for competitive. And just fun maps. There's just a lot of maps that I like playing, and I haven't even experienced all of them. Maybe there's even better ones. There's only a few bad maps, and I mean, that's with every Call of Duty. It's all personal preference, but I really think that there's a lot of good maps in this game to be played. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the bad side now, because there are a few things I want to talk about concerning esports as a whole, which is competitive. And first thing I want to talk about is the EXO abilities, the stim ability. It's not really that big of a deal, and it'll probably won't even be allowed. But the stim ability basically gives you way more extra health for a certain amount of time. And I mean, it's limited, but it's still annoying. And it's not as big of a problem, but when you go into uplink, the game type, when you grab the ball in uplink, you basically have an unlimited stim, and that sucks. That's dumb. It takes like 10 to 15 bullets to kill you with it when you have the ball. And I mean, I guess it's an advantage to having the ball, but when you play CTF and you have the flag, you don't get that advantage. So it's kind of stupid. I really think that they should not have that in the game. And I don't really think that uplink should be competitive. I really think it should be hardpoint, CTF, and search and destroy. Personally, I know like we want to try new things, but I mean we tried new things with Blitz and look how that turned out. So really, I don't really think that it's going to be competitive, especially with no respawn delay, and that is a problem. I think it's just a problem. It's just not good, and that'll cycle into my next thing. The hardpoint. I love hardpoint, and it's back in Advanced Warfare, and that's great. The only problem is the spawns. The spawns are really bad as of now, because on most maps, on most hardpoints maps, you're going to be spawning near the hill. Regardless of what team you're on, you're pretty much always spawning like equidistant to the hill, which sounds like it's fair, but it really just makes it a clusterfuck, and that's not fun. And the problem with that is basically how much time from the hill are you really getting? Like it's contested all the time, and it's just like trading all the time. Which I mean, trading is fine, but as much as it happens and with no respawn delay, it's just people are just continuously flooding the hill, and that's not how it's supposed to be played. In Black Ops 2, you had a player that would be called the anchor, and they would anchor spawns, and basically they would sit in a certain spot so that your team could get the better spawns, and if you didn't have that spot, you would spawn out, which is how it's supposed to be. If you can get the spawns, you should be able to get more hill time, and that's just how it works. But in Advanced Warfare, there's really no anchoring except for there's a map called Biolab, which is probably the best map, where you can sit in certain places to spawn them out, but that's not getting your team spawns, it's just spawning the enemy team out. And you can hold certain spots, which is good, because otherwise, if you're not holding these certain spots, then it's just going to be everyone's right next to each other when they spawn. And I've seen spawns where I just blatantly see someone spawn right in front of me and kill them, like watching them spawn. It's pretty stupid. And the last negative is going to be the BAL-27, the assault rifle. It's actually what I'm using in the gameplay right now, because really nothing competes with it. It's really overpowered, and it's just the way it's designed. It's not even necessarily like you just melt, which you do sometimes, but really it can be used as a submachine gun or an AR, because it has the range of an assault rifle and it has the fire rate of a submachine gun. So you can challenge hardpoints with this, and it can outgun SMGs at close range easily. And I think that it needs to be nerfed, not banned from competitive, but I feel like it might need a nerf either on the range or the fire rate, because the fire rate is just as fast as some submachine guns. There's only a few that have a higher fire rate. And, you know, some machine guns are supposed to be used to contest hills and hardpoint and to play the objective. But when you have a BAL-27, you can just use that for everything, every purpose. It's an all-purpose gun. And there's no diversity, and that's the problem with Ghost. Near the end, it was just four vectors on each team running around with vectors, and it made it kind of boring to watch. There's no diversity. There's no different roles to be played in competitive, and that just kind of sucks. Just for the viewing experience. And you know, the problem is, especially with the viewing experience part, they need to fix the hardpoint spawns because of that, because it's just going to be dying and the cachers won't be able to keep up, and that kind of sucks. And hopefully there should be some improvements before the first tournament. The developers of Sledgehammer, they respond to the esports scene. They are all with it, so I'm guessing that they can make some changes. And you know, it's just gonna be a matter of time before it all gets fixed up. And like, even though I had some negatives, that is nothing compared to how bad Ghost was. Like, this game is already way better than Ghost, and I'm not just saying that because it's a new game. I'm not just saying that because I'm maybe a bandwagoning. No, I'm just saying it because it's true. This game is definitely a lot more thought out and well thought out, I should say. It's definitely they put some thought into this game when they made it. They put the thought into the design. They put some thought into the guns. They put some thought into the crowds, and they put some thought into the esports scene and how it was going to work. They have already supported the esports scene tremendously. They already put a codcaster mode in, and they brought back Hardpoint and CTF, and S&D is going to be great. S&D is already fun. I've played some. It's going to be a little bit different. It's not just going to be running around like in Ghost, which, I mean, I was okay with, honestly, but it's going to be more strategizing when you're going to use your abilities, when you're not, what gun you're going to use, when you're going to snipe, when you're not going to snipe, when you're going to rush. It's just all about strategizing, which makes it better. But that's going to be the end of the commentary, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the Advanced Warfare gameplay. Make sure to tune in my channel tomorrow and days after that. I'm going to be trying to upload daily for a while until until school catches up to me, basically. I have to be in school because I am a student in high school, so that comes first. But anyways, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.